Well, hello there. It's 2025, specifically May 28th. And just when you thought the geopolitical landscape couldn't get any more, shall we say, news drops. Former President Trump, yes, Trump, has apparently made an offer. He's suggested Canada, our lovely maple syrup-scented neighbor to the north, should become the 51st US state. Wow, just wow. Now you might be thinking, John, that sounds completely bonkers. And you'd be right. It is. Utterly, magnificently bonkers. Like a squirrel trying to explain quantum physics. But this isn't just any old bonkers idea. This one comes with a twist. A shiny, expensive, possibly gold-plated twist. The proposed deal? Canada gets a star on the flag. In return, the US gets full access to something called the Golden Dome Missile Defense System. So, here we are. Contemplating a world where Oh Canada might get a rock anthem remixed by Kid Rock. Where the Stanley Cup could be presented by, I don't know, a random senator from Florida. It's a proposal that has sent shockwaves, or at least confused giggles. Rippling from Ottawa to Washington and beyond, we need to unpack this. We need to understand what on earth is going on, because frankly, it's all a bit much, even for 2025. Let's break down this generous offer. As reported, Donald Trump, never one for subtlety, floated the idea. He suggested Canada could join the United States, become the 51st state, a shiny new star on Old Glory. In exchange for this incredible honor, the US would gain unrestricted access to and ideally control over Canada's Golden Dome missile defense system. He apparently called it a win-win, which, in Trump speak, usually means a win for him, and a you'll see for everyone else involved. The offer was reportedly made during informal talks initiated by Trump's team, with certain Canadian business figures, not even official government channels initially. Because why bother with pesky diplomacy, when you can just casually suggest annexing your neighbor? He apparently believes this would solve a lot of problems. For whom exactly remains a wonderfully open question. Probably for people who own shares in flag manufacturing companies, or those who really want cheaper maple syrup. Trump's rationale, as far as one can decipher it, seems to be twofold. First, strategic advantage. So, what is this Golden Dome system, the one supposedly worth trading a whole country for? Well, that's where things get a bit murky. Details are scarce, which is usually a red flag, especially when golden is in the name. It suggests more flash than substance, or an incredibly high price tag, or both, probably both. It's reportedly a Canadian-developed next-generation missile shield, designed to protect Arctic airspace and key northern infrastructure from long-range missile threats. Its proponents, mostly within certain Canadian defense circles and now apparently Donald Trump, claim it's revolutionary. They say it uses advanced AI, quantum radar, and possibly, for all we know, actual magic, to detect and neutralize incoming threats, with pinpoint accuracy. The golden part? Some rumors suggest its central command facility has a literal gold-tinted radome, because nothing says impenetrable defense like a giant, shiny, easily targetable disco ball in the Arctic. That sounds practical. However, experts, those killjoys who deal in facts, are skeptical. Many question its actual capabilities and its astronomical cost, which is said to be in the tens, if not hundreds of billions of Canadian dollars. Some analysts suggest it's more of a conceptual project. How did Canada react to this unique proposition? With characteristic Canadian politeness, of course. But underneath that politeness, you could almost hear a collective, "Are you serious, buddy?" Prime Minister Mark Carney addressed the issue with diplomatic grace. He emphasized Canada's strong, independent, and sovereign status. He thanked Mr. Trump for his interest but made it clear that Canadian sovereignty is not up for negotiation. Canada is, and will always remain, Canada. It was a masterclass in polite rejection. Section 5, NORAD, the defense pact that actually works. No, really. It's crucial to remember something here. The US and Canada aren't exactly strangers when it comes to defense. They've been in a committed defense relationship for decades. It's called NORAD, the North American Aerospace Defense Command. And it's been quietly and effectively watching the skies over North America since 1958. That's a long time. Longer than most Hollywood marriages, and arguably more successful. It's a testament to binational cooperation. NORAD is a joint command. American and Canadian military personnel work side by side every single day, monitoring for airborne threats. From rogue aircraft to ballistic missiles, they share intelligence, they coordinate responses, It's a deeply integrated system, one that has adapted to changing threats over the decades, from Soviet bombers during the Cold War to modern concerns like cruise missiles and yes, even Santa Claus on Christmas Eve. Thanks, NORAD tracks Santa. It's a serious organization, with a surprisingly good sense of humor. So if NORAD already exists, and works pretty well, why this new proposal? Why the need for Canada to become a state, to get access to its missile defense? It doesn't quite add up. Unless, of course, the goal isn't just cooperation, but control. Trump has often expressed a transactional view of alliances. Section 6. Trump's expansionist dreams Greenland, Canada, tomorrow the moon? This isn't the first time Donald Trump has mused about expanding U.S. borders. Remember Greenland? Back in 2019, he seriously considered buying Greenland from Denmark. The Danes, understandably, were not amused. They called the idea absurd, which it was. But it revealed a certain mindset, a kind of 19th century view of territorial acquisition, as if countries were just properties to be bought and sold, like a slightly used casino, or a golf course with a particularly challenging water hazard. His interest in Canada isn't entirely new either. There have been off-the-cuff remarks before, usually framed as a joke, or a compliment about Canada's resources. But this latest proposal, linking statehood to a specific military asset, feels different, more targeted, more transactional. Its manifest destiny meets the art of the deal, a bizarre fusion of historical ambition and modern branding. One can almost picture the PowerPoint presentation. Canada, untapped potential, great ROI. This kind of thinking harks back to a different era, an era of empires and colonies. Most of the world has, thankfully, moved on, but for Trump, the appeal of a bigger, stronger America literally seems irresistible. It's a simple, powerful image. Section 7. Global reactions. The world raises a collective eyebrow. So, how did the rest of the world react to this bold, some might say bonkers, proposal, largely with a mixture of disbelief, amusement, and a healthy dose of concern? You can imagine diplomats around the globe choking on their morning croissants. He wants to now? European allies already accustomed to Trump's unconventional style probably just sighed and made a fresh pot of strong coffee. Another day, another Trump headline to analyze and try to explain to their bewildered populations. Russia and China, always keen to highlight any perceived instability in the West, likely watched with interest, perhaps even a touch of glee. Any sign of discord between the US and its closest allies is, from their perspective, a good thing. They might even put out some carefully worded statements, expressing hope for continued stability in North America, while subtly fanning the flames of any disagreement. It's standard geopolitical gamesmanship, but with unusually fertile ground for mischief. For other US allies, particularly smaller nations, the implications are more worrying. If the US is willing to casually suggest absorbing a G7 partner, what does that mean for them? Does every bilateral relationship now come with a potential statehood clause? Section 8. The internet chimes in #51 ST state not today and other gems. Naturally, the internet had a field day with this. As soon as the news broke, Twitter or X or whatever it's called this week exploded. Hashtags like #TrumpCanada, #51 state not today, and #KeepCanadaCanadian started trending worldwide. The memes, oh the glorious memes. Beavers waving tiny no thanks signs, Moose wearing sovereignty strong t-shirts, endless variations on Drake looking disapproving. It was a masterclass in rapid response digital mockery, and a testament to Canada's excellent sense of humor. Canadian Twitter in particular was a goldmine. There was outrage, yes, but it was mostly expressed with that classic Canadian blend of politeness and biting sarcasm. Sorry, Mr. Trump, but our healthcare system is just too good to give up, eh? Or we'll consider joining if you can name all our provinces and territories, without looking it up. There were also genuine expressions of national pride, and a fierce determination to remain independent. It was a digital rallying cry, fueled by coffee and a deep love for double-doubles. American reactions were more divided as you'd expect. Some Trump supporters thought it was a brilliant idea. Make America even greater, they cheered. Others were deeply embarrassed. Can we please just focus on, I don't know, our own problems? Many were simply confused. Section 9. Conclusion. So, is Canada packing its bags? Spoiler, no. So, where does this leave us? Is Canada about to trade its maple leaf for a star? No, absolutely not. The chances of Canada becoming the 51st state are roughly equivalent to me winning an Olympic gold medal in figure skating. It's just not going to happen. Not now. not ever. The proposal was likely dead on arrival. Canadian identity is strong. Their commitment to their own sovereignty is unwavering. And frankly, they seem quite happy with their parliamentary system and universal healthcare. They have a good thing going. This episode, however brief, does have implications. It further strains US-Canada relations, and it serves as a reminder that even the most stable partnerships can be tested.